Guys, welcome to my podcast, Fab Academic Unfiltered. It's almost Easter time, and many of you will be going home for the Easter break, and your parents haven't seen you since they dropped you off at varsity. And of course, parents, you haven't seen your bundle of joy since they left home or since you accompanied them to campus. Now they're coming back just for a short break during Easter before they go back. And so I wanted to give you some tips because parents in particular, please listen. If you are listening, you're a varsity student and your parent is not there, please just call them and ask them to watch this podcast because it's for them. You know, one of the things that we are as parents is that we are proud of our children. They passed matric, and we celebrated them, especially those who got awards at school and so on. It's such a joyous moment. Now, your bundle of joy has had the first 3 months, the first term at varsity. And let me tell you this, maybe it's going well, which is great. But for many of them, it's rough. It's not going well. For some of them, the wheels have come off. They're failing. And you have been saying to them at church, at the stock fair, in the streets, that your bundle of joy is coming home for Easter. I'm going to ask you to shush. Don't say anything. Don't boast about your daughter, your son, or your child who's just started varsity. Stop calling them Dr. Semang Mang simply because they're doing medicine and you have so much faith. I know I'm saying this and you're sitting there and you're like, not my little Johnny. Johnny, I know is going to be a doctor. Hey, even little Johnny, just shush, because you don't even know that maybe Johnny was not even accepted for medicine, that Johnny is probably doing physiotherapy or speech therapy or occupational therapy, and you don't know. They're just in the Faculty of Health Sciences. You don't know. So shut up. Don't tell them that she's going to be an accountant, your house is going to change, and so on and so forth. Just calm down. It is the most stressful time to go home during Easter because you've just had 3 months. Maybe as a student you've gained weight a little bit. I'm saying a little bit, it could be a lot. That a lot of clothes don't fit and school is not going well. And everybody, if you're from a small little village, everybody who came to see you, go to school, say goodbye, will probably come. And now that you are here, you know, in Popo, they come, they sit. Please, mother of Chloe, just calm down. Just say to them, Chloe is fine. You know school is not easy. But we are praying hard. Continue to pray with us. Don't boast, even if Chloe was the top student in Limpopo. Just calm down, okay? Just calm down. If Chloe doesn't want to go to church, now that it's Easter, they don't want to go to that conference 3-day that they were going to all the time throughout their 12 years of schooling. Don't shout at them. Just keep quiet. Just say to them, so what will you be doing whilst we are at church? Don't puke your rules like no. Just leave Chloe, ask nicely. So when we are at church, what will you be doing? Are you comfortable with that? And just be that mother who's transforming as Chloe is transforming. If Chloe comes back, Chloe, by the way, is your little bundle of joy, and he's behaving like nothing has changed, as if he's the same kid from high school that you sent to varsity. Here's a tip, mother, dad, aunt, and everybody, they're pretending for you because a lot has changed. They probably left home as a virgin and they're no longer a virgin. Yeah, you never know. I know you want to faint, but this is life. You never know. I'm just saying things could have changed. They probably had their first sip of wine, beer, or tequila. We don't know. I'm not saying they should. I never did at school, right? But many young people unfortunately experiment. Some of them might have had their first puff of weed. You don't want to be preaching like you did when they're at varsity and then you make them worse. You want to be asking nicely, how is it? What has changed? What's new? What have you learned? What can you teach me? Like, be inquisitive rather than judgmental. Don't judge. Just ask questions. Ask questions and find out. No judgment. And don't make assumptions. Don't tell the whole street that Dr. Chloe is now home. They should come and see. Don't slaughter anything. Just leave things as they are. Ask questions and find out. Assure your child that you are behind them. Make them realize that you understand how tough it is. And make them understand that you are here to support them. Don't judge them. Make them realize, if you've been to varsity, make them understand that you probably floundered in the first term at varsity. And what did you do to turn things around? Don't pretend when you were perfect. Okay, if you've been to varsity. Just be honest with them and tell them that things can change. Because if you can't get them to understand that things can be better after the first term, you don't want them to already throw the towel now. There's still 3 terms to go in the year and things can still get better. So assure them that they've got all it takes, and that's why the university accepted them, and they can succeed. So do that rather than be presumptuous, be judgmental. Choose to be supportive, understanding, inquisitive rather than judgmental, and boasty about your child. Being a teenager and being a young person first year at varsity is rough, especially in the new city, and it's the first time your parents are far away. The freedom is tempting, and so don't pretend you don't know. All right, I hope you found that advice useful, and please write your questions and comments down below, and I'll read them. And I will talk about the things that you want me to talk about. Someone asked me to talk about how to support children who are living with mental disabilities. And I will talk about that. Those who are willing, who suddenly discover at university that they've got a mental health issue that they didn't realize, and you remain in denial, we'll talk about that. So write your comments, I'll read them, and I will answer I'll make sure that I respond to what your needs are. I'm here to support you. Deputy Mother is here to hold mom and dad by the hand as much as I hold the student by the hand. Why? Because I want them to succeed. Thank you very much. Have a good day or good night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.